It's a bit of a sticky one. What do you not think about Natalie B Fitness? What's going on with her? Okay, for those of you who don't know, Natalie B Fitness, what's her actual name? I actually don't know her full name. I'm calling her Natalie B Fitness. She's opened a gym. And she basically, when she did her crowdfund for setting up her gym, she made a big statement saying, you know, this is inclusive of everybody, all women, anyone who identifies as a woman. If you're not comfortable with trans women, that's your business, don't come to my gym. I'm welcoming everybody, including trans women. She specifically made a point to signify that. And then now she's made her money. Fast forward, this was in 2021. Fast forward now to 2025. Gym's opening, she's made the announcement, but she's added a new caveat that this is for born women only, no one else.
Biological.
Biologically born women only, no one else.
In 2021, 4 years ago, I made a tweet, and the tweet referenced my women's only gym, the Girls Spot, and being trans inclusive. Now, when I made that tweet in 2021, I had just announced my plans to open a women's only gym. I hadn't thought out the vision or the mission or what it would entail, but all I knew is that I wanted to open a gym. We are now 4 years later, and I have had a great deal of time to figure that out. The Girls Spot Gym exists as a safe space for women because women are facing gym harassment, sexual assault, and sexual violence inside of gyms. And I know that because I'm a victim of it. So the meaning of the Girls Spot Gym is now entirely different. And I say this to say that whilst we are a gym, inside we are focusing on self-defense classes, Muay Thai, boxing classes, as well as workshops and activations around PCOS and training on your menstrual cycle, all of which occur to biological women. Majority of the women who are seeking my women's only gym, the Girls Spot, are coming here because they have faced some level of gym intimidation or sexual violence and assault that has been perpetrated by men. So as the owner of the gym, it is very important to make it clear how my women's only gym will be operating, and it will be operating as a single-sex space for biological women. Now, we do believe that everybody deserves a safe space, and there are many gyms that are starting to have mixed cubicles and changing rooms so that individuals can feel safer and more included in these environments. But the Girls Spot Gym as a standalone is a female-only gym because it is imperative that I stick to the vision and the mission and ensure that these women feel safe.
So that's now saying that trans women are no longer welcome. She's had backlash and people making videos and saying that she's transphobic and it's very misrepresenting why people funded her and all that type of stuff. But also there's been a lot of support, if you go by the comments, people saying what is wrong with having a women-only space, and just because she says she wants this space doesn't make her transphobic. What do you guys think?
I think she's far from transphobic in all of the statements that she's put out. And it's her gym. And she has the right as the owner to stipulate who she is serving and the community that she is serving. She is saying they are born, biological, identify as women as well, because people were saying, but what about trans men? And she's been very clear, no trans people. I think it's fine. Personally, I don't have any, I don't really get why there's so much backlash, honestly.
Because she said specifically beforehand that that's not what she was going to do. And people invested in her. This is not all her own money. She went and she did a crowdfund and she said during this time, I'm doing a gym for women, all women, trans women, biological women, all kinds of women. I'm doing a gym for them. Help me raise money, yada, da, da, da. And that's why, because people feel like she lied. If she didn't make that statement and just said, I'm opening a gym, help me raise money for a gym, and then came out and said, this is what I want to do, then, no one would be up in arms about it because she has changed her tune.
It's the backtracking for me.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I think, I don't agree, I think it does make you transphobic. If you don't want trans people in your space, then you have a problem with trans people, right? Do you know what I mean? So, you're phobic. You're like, but your ones is trans, unfortunately. But I don't think, you know what, it's coming across, that maybe when she was saying this back in the day, that she was being very kind of like open, all this kind of stuff, and maybe didn't fully understand. I don't know what her religion is. I don't know what her upbringing is. Like, do you know what I mean? So now maybe she's come to a point where she's just like, okay, this doesn't align with actually my core values anymore. So I have to backtrack Or it could be because the breakdown of the funding is she got £2,000 for crowdfunding, then she got an injection from Gymshark of 20k, and then I think she's raised 50k of her own money as well. That's
she
what
got
she's
a lot.
put in, that kind of thing. So like it is. What do you do? Do you know what I mean? Like, if people want refunds because you've changed your opinion, I think you should honour those.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? If they can prove it and it's not in line with their values or what they thought that you was putting together, then I think you should get a refund. I think that Gymshark's been very quiet. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and what their position is. I think that maybe as well, and I'm not saying this is the case, to be absolutely clear, but sometimes when other people do invest into your company, they have stipulations. They might have said, this is not what it is.
That's why you can't call her transphobic.
Well,
because she has said her views. And she's like, for me, if this was my space, I wanted it to be inclusive, but people have said they don't feel comfortable. So she's serving a community.
Whose people?
How is she going to know,
and
though?
Also, as well, it's just
there
like
may be inquiries.
you have to. It's your, like you said, it's her business. So you have to decide: do you want to serve those people who are actively trying to make you exclude other people? Like, do you know what I mean? You have to make that decision. It's your business. You get to set the tone. You set the measure. You set everything. So if this is what you want to stand for, then this is who you are. This is now going to be your legacy. Do you know what I mean? And if she turned around tomorrow and said, you know what, I messed up, like, I'm okay with that as well.
Me too.
Because people make mistakes. People don't fully understand sometimes, like, the impact of their actions. So I'm open to that as well.
I think it's exactly that. Because to label somebody transphobic can actually, like, crash their whole business. But I think for her to serve her community, this is women that she wants to empower and she wants them to feel safe. If they have come back and told her, this thing in there we're not really safe about, and she's like, it's a small space, this is my first space, let me just make it women only. That doesn't mean that in 2 years' time she may not be in a bigger space where she can actually have like trans women areas.
So then it's segregated.
She could, maybe if that's what people want, because I think
it's very, very
and there are
tricky
other
doing
gyms,
that.
There are other gyms that actually serve everybody.
But
So it's like that's
not
her
what you sold.
business.
I understand what you're saying.
Her business. I think it's okay for a business owner to actually like follow through on their customers, what their customers want, and be like, look, for this space here that I've got, there are too many people being like, I'm not safe in this environment. And
but I'd like to know.
them.
I'd like to know the ratio of people that have said that to her, because it's the fact that she came out and she said it's a gym for everybody, for all women.
Without experience, though, without actually doing research.
I think I think for me, it's more about this. I understand the backlash for switching up your perspective, and I understand also evolution, research, coming into a new way of thinking. So you've changed your mind. All of these things are within your rights. I just think the lesson learned is like, let's not jump on any bandwagons too soon. Let's not try and fly the flag for everybody if you don't even understand, if you're not, especially if you're not from the community that you're trying to represent. How about just, I'm going to open a gym for women, and then let the chips fall, because for all this noise, how many trans women might frequent? You don't even know which women are going to.
That's my point.
Anyway,
I don't even know how she's going to know.
You might not even have had people attending. So at this point, I think lesson learned. She can do what she wants, and she's going to suffer the backlash and suffer the repercussions. Or she might just thrive, and this is just internet noise, and she's going to open her gym, and everything's going to be fine. I just think, don't jump on any bandwagons. Don't try and please people. I don't know if it had someone in her ear like, you know what, if you do this, it's going to appeal to everyone and you're going to get more money and investment, and it's a good idea, and this is the trend now to include everybody. There was a moment in 21 when it started to be like, yes, we're really embracing everything.
Yeah,
the thing is as well,
this is still the same thing. Sorry, and I do think like if your actions are a thing, then that's the thing that it is. Like you're excluding people based on their not sexual orientation, was
Genetic makeup.
genetic
or choice,
position,
gender
choice, yes,
yeah.
kind of thing. Sorry, don't have the right word in. But like, you're excluding people. That's what you're actively doing. You put out a statement. You put out a statement saying that no, these people will not be included. How else can you interpretate that? Like, it's very clear. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, if that's what her audience wants to support, then okay, she'll still be in business. Let's see. I don't know if there's legal ramifications for this. I know there's some business out there, they have similar laws against like discriminating on race, and some companies just pay the fine.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? That's what they do. But they are known. You are a racist organisation, like it is, because you're discriminating against these people. I think like why we feel so sensitive about this is because she's a black woman, she's quite young. Do you know what I mean? This is her first venture of this size. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Normally we want like, let me speak for me. Normally I want people like that to win. I absolutely want them to win. But I'm just like, really, babe? Like, is this the like, seriously, speak to a PR. Like, do you know what I mean? The way this is being handled
is crazy.
It's messy. It is so messy the way that it's being handled. And I say it again, how is she going to know? When they're signing up for the gym, what's she asking for? Their birth certificate, their original birth certificate. How is she going to know? How is she going to know?
People have questioned her on that. Like, what is the policy to police it? Because then are you just going to be going on looks of things?
What I was about to say, that's where...
Because you have a lot of women, biologically born women, who are a little bit more on the masculine side. Yeah. So what's she going to do then? If someone shows up like that at the door, she's going to say, you're a man, you can't come in.
And that's where it puts
it gets sticky. That's what I mean. It's very sticky.
That's where it puts her into the potentially transphobic space, because then you're going to judge someone based on how they look and then make a decision on whether they can, and that's where it's dancing, and that's
not even just you though, but your employees, and the people that come into your space as well. Like, do you know what I mean? You're creating a culture of excluding people. Yeah. It's not going to be the space that you think it is. It's going to thrive in bigotry.
Yeah, because let's think about it. Sorry, I was just going to mention there are the two Olympians who have been, you've got Caster Semenya and you've got the boxer. I forget her name. Now, these are women who look a bit more masculine. So if you're a woman like that and you rock up at this gym, you're going to have, like Sade said, all these people questioning you about, and you're going to have to stand there and answer questions about your biology. It's just wild to me. You shouldn't have to do that.
I don't know how it can be policed in any women-only spaces that they have. I really don't know how you truly enforce it. Like, what are you going to do? But we've always had women-only spaces.
Yeah.
So there is that. I don't know why she came out and
that's the part.
With the grand gesture. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But in the same way, I would be more like her grand gesture in the first iteration to be like, it's going to be inclusive. Again, is performative.
Yeah.
Now she can be a performative babe.
Yeah.
There's loads of them out there. And you will learn, innit?
The chips will fall.
But there are. I also hate. Does J.K. Rowling have an
she's
alert
got a... I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know what's wrong with her, man. I don't know what's wrong with her.
Someone to do the investigations and see, has J.K. invested in this? Hence the change of like, do you know what I mean?
I know,
like,
and her statement was crazy.
I mean, anything.
Say what her statement. Say what her statement was, Nana.
I thought that
I don't even know.
Oh, fine.
I'll find it.
I thought that JK was like at first.
Oh no, she said something along the lines of AK.
No, go
she
on.
said something along the lines of like, woman opens gym and man says that. What do you I want to kill you.
I want to kill you.
Kill you for opening.
If you don't,
if you don't let me in, I'm gonna kill you.
That's it. That's it.
JK's
that wasn't even like
that's what she said.
No, I thought that JK was being misrepresented in the early days when it was all coming out.
Oh, did you?
No, I thought like,
it can't be that bad.
It can't be that bad. But now she's got mega.
She's crazy.
Like she's
her Twitter feed
is just
every trans story from around the world. I literally am like, JK, do you have a team? Is there 20?
Wow.
There has to be 20 people.
She's made too much money.
How did you hear of this little black woman's thing anyway? That you are like every trans story.
Online, you will find your people. She found her tribe, and that's the thing. It's like the owner needs to ask herself: do I want to be associated with this?
I think that's
what it is.
That is
exactly.
JK responding to anything. I'm going to be like,
I fucked up.
embarrassing myself.
I fucked up. Yeah, it's true.
Worst woman ever. Who knew she would be like this?
That's what I'm saying. It's such a like, oh my God.
I mean, she made a whole series of witches and wizards, so are we surprised? No, are we surprised? No.
We like fantasy shows.
I didn't know that she was going to be a bigot like this.
transphobe.
And not just one time.
Every
day.
story.
She's now the queen of them.
Yeah.
Of that.
Of that.
Of that.
Of anti that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's wild. It is wild. I think, yeah, JK is a shock. But yeah, it's just like...
Yeah, you don't want to be
figure
in
it out.
alignment with
No.
Like, trust me, she probably wouldn't even have got how many people trans women in the gym anyway.
There's not,
but actually maybe with the statement they might
but
have
to be
felt
fair,
welcome.
like this is the thing, they make up such a small percentage of
tiny
our
percentage.
population.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? To even like it's not going to be the threat that you think it is.
No.
And it's the point about the threat as well. Let's not forget that trans women are also a victim to a lot of violence.
Yeah.
So let's not forget that.
And I think if you feel like ill-equipped to deal with this, the best thing is to say nothing at all, because there's conversations that can be had, and it's like when white people are trying to navigate racism, like we don't get it and we feel like we can't talk about it. There's an element of pressure in the room, like to speak about these things when you're not from a group that's being oppressed. If you don't feel equipped to handle it, get a PR team, as we've said, or, I don't know, have better, what are they called, research conversations, I don't know, when you test something
You can
out.
do what you want with your
groups,
business.
focus
yeah.
You can.
You can
fair,
do what you want
can.
with your business. You ain't
Yeah.
got to tell everybody what your plans
It's
are.
that part, Nana.
Literally,
That's the bit I don't
she didn't need to tell
get. She
anybody.
didn't need to
Yeah.
say anything.
But like, no, I'm glad she did. So people know. People know, and the people that are going to be affected by this are aware, and they know what they're supporting. I think that we need to have that kind of level of transparency
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
our
that's true.
community anyway. Do you know what I mean?
That's
and the
true.
people that want refunds, I think they're entitled to them. Do you
Of
know
that
what I mean?
2,000
Definitely.
that came in, if there's a few
Yeah.
people that are like, look, run me my tenner back.
Yeah.
Run them
She
their
should
tenner
run them
back.
their
Yeah.
Or
She should.
£100.
Or grand, we don't know.
For real. Give
You
them
don't
their money
know.
back.
Yeah.
She's not losing any followers.
No.
Like, that's the thing. That is the thing. And I feel like
She's gaining some new ones
she
for
is
hate.
gaining some new ones, but I feel like that is the other thing as well. Like, we always think that our society is very tolerant when they absolutely are not.
Yeah. Don't play games. Just keep it quiet, keep it cute, and just launch your business, and good luck and go forth.
Godspeed.
Godspeed. May the God be with you.
Someone that you put at the end of a text, like, stay blessed.
Stay blessed, mate.
Stay blessed. Okay. Welcome to Your Aunties Could Never. I'm Auntie AK, the auntie of all aunties, and I'm here with...
I'm Farah, your resident Caribbean queen.
I'm Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
And I'm all things sugar and Shay Sade.
Hey, guys, you're here with us. You know the rules. We've got some announcements. First of all, we need you to...
Boop the like button, boop the like button, boop the like button, boop the like button.
That was one less pop than normal.
Short.
Boop it
This is how it's going to be.
Oh, that one's it. Not complaining.
Appreciate it.
Also, you must do something else. You must subscribe to our membership.
Yes, please do. It is $1.99 if you just want to support us and be like, hi, I like you. It's $1.99. If you want to be family and get involved in family things and be in our WhatsApp group and get access to extra aunties and all types of content, it's $4.99. It's still cheaper than a bag of chips. It's $4.99.
Yes.
And if you're listening on the podcast airwaves, that's on Apple, Spotify, and anywhere else you like to listen to the aunties, please. We have rules there too. Auntie Sade.
Yes, we want some comments. Yeah, first of all, and then we need some ratings, but only 5 stars. 5 stars only. If not, you can return that to sender.
Okay, lightning. And just a reminder that we're your aunties, we're not experts. We're just sharing our opinions and thoughts on anything we feel. Please do your own research, source your own facts, draw your own conclusions. Thank you, please. Yeah. And now let's get into enemies of progress. Because there's lots out there. Enemies out in the streets. I forgot what I was doing. Yes. My enemy of progress this week is Madame Amber Rose. Oh. She was recently on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp. Had a good old interview. Can't say I've watched it all. I've watched some. But one thing that stood out, and a clip that's going around, is that she says she is no longer a feminist. She's no longer backing the slut walk that she created.
Do you think sometimes women actually try to get pregnant from men?
Yes.
That's a real thing?
Yes.
You've had girlfriends say, I'm trying to.
I've had girlfriends lie about abortions to get money, to act like they're pregnant. Yes, it's disgusting. This is why I stopped my slut walk, by the way.
Yeah.
This is why I'm no longer a feminist, because I saw the dark side of what women can do. And I'm sitting here feeling slighted by men.
Right.
And then I'm fighting for equality.
Right.
And I'm like, the only equality is that you ain't either. You bitches are crazy. You guys are extorting men, lying about pregnancies, saying you're on birth control when you're not, to trap them. You know, and I mean, not to sound vulgar, but if a man comes inside of you and you say that you're on birth control, he trusts you.
Right.
Up that you would trap him like that. Right. You don't do that to people.
And that probably should have been his first mistake, that he trusted someone, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
because you teach me after talking to you, you're like, Shannon, don't trust nobody.
Yeah, I don't trust nobody. I really don't trust nobody.
Jamel Hill, a noted commentator on social things, and is she a politician as well, or she's just a commentator?
No, she's just
a journalist.
Podcaster.
Yeah. So she responded, she said, nothing that Amber Rose has anything to do with feminism. Feminism is about advocating for gender equality, for the right of women to be compensated fairly, maintain bodily autonomy, and to be safe from harm. Her shitty circle of friends has nothing to do with any of that.
Precisely all I was going to say. Amber, if these are the women that you've been communing with, birds of a feather.
Flock.
Like, literally, that's it. Like, because I don't know no women like that. So if you know plenty...
I don't know one.
Birds of a hoe flock together.
Yeah, like, come on now. This is crazy.
Yeah.
How many times has Amber Rose been an enemy of progress? I swear we have her every time she talks.
It's a lot, man.
She's terrible.
And can I just say, I was going to say, what the Slut Walk was all about. It's like, Slut Walk is a protest that calls for an end to rape culture, victim blaming, and slut shaming.
Yeah.
So the fact that you can so willy-nilly withdraw your backing of it and then dismiss women because women are shit, that shows that people actually got behind you and rallied behind Amber for her doing this and putting this initiative forward. And it just goes to show, again, you're just turning tricks for
She's just vexed that Cher is fucking her man.
Wouldn't you be, though?
I mean, I would be.
I'd be so mad.
I'd be so
But that's what it is. Just keep it real, innit, Amber? You're vexed.
Yeah.
Poor thing,
Honest. Well, it shows she could be bought.
Yes.
That's basically it. She can be bought, which is unfortunate for her. She's a misogynist wet dream. Like, she really
she is.
No, she is.
Well said. Well said.
In one flow.
No, but well said.
Wet dream.
Beautiful.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
It's just like,
just
That was
like
as good as the vessel of
white supremacy.
White supremacy.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll have every couple of
Excellent.
days.
a shit for the devil, yeah.
But yeah, I think Amber just needs to do, what we want most of these people to do. Just shut up. Just be quiet. Go somewhere. Take some time off. Do you know what I mean? Like, just chill. Like, we don't need to hear you every week.
Chill.
She never chills. She don't. She
Be quiet.
How did she get a club Shay Shay though? Like, I feel like his platform is going downhill.
Yeah.
I actually blame him for this.
I agree.
Because it's like he was maintaining a real standard, a real quality of people who I didn't even think should go on his platform anyway, because he's a goon. But Amber Rose is scraping the barrel.
Yeah.
He's going to go for everybody in the culture that he thinks that people are going to want.
Is she in the culture?
She's not even in the culture. She rebukes the culture.
1 second, but she is, for whatever reason, she is a part of it. Amber Rose comes up in
maybe
it.
she was
She's in certain,
once when she was with Kanye, but she's not in the culture anymore.
I'm not
She's
saying
still-
that she hasn't been.
Yeah, I'm not.
Exactly.
I know that.
I'm saying that she rebukes the culture now, wholeheartedly. So she should not be represented on any platform that is supposed to be about the culture.
Yeah, but she's just had this foot in and she's been accepted because of whatever.
It's not about her being accepted. It's about her still being in these places. I understand why she was there because she was all for the culture, and these things that she did was part and parcel of it. But now she's saying, no, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't represent this. I don't represent that. I'm with Trump. I stand with Trump. Beyonce trying to be me. Do you know what I mean? So fuck you and fuck off, innit?
Dave Chappelle show. Why are you going on Club
go on
Ben
Shapiro. Go on his show.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, why?
That's more fitting.
That's fitting. That's in line with your values.
Drawing her back in, because why did Shay have her on? Why did Shannon have her on?
Shannon,
But there's because
Shannon
if you
not so
believe
sharp.
whether they're bots or real commenters, there's been a lot of like, oh wow, I didn't like Amber before, now I like her now, and she's saying it makes so much sense, and loving hearing her talk.
She got a red pill man we don't know about.
No.
She got what?
Has she got a red pill man we don't know about?
No idea.
Her man is supposed to be Tiana Taylor's ex-husband.
Oh, Iman, no, that she's just, they both denied that. They both said that
I
we're
don't know
just
if that's
friends,
her
whether
man
that's
or
true
she
not.
was banging him. She was banging him.
There was brethren
She was
that were
banging
saying
him.
they absolutely are banging.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it is. I mean, it's not.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
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 I just don't like don't use again women, because what also annoyed me is that there's men obviously like, yeah, you see, now there's women that, now someone's talking the truth about what women do to men. It's never the same proportions.
I
That's
cannot,
small, as you
I
lot
cannot
said.
take someone seriously who
who-
scribbles on her forehead.
Permanent scribble.
I cannot take that seriously.
Yeah, she lost me
Absolutely not.
then. She did.
Absolutely not.
She did.
Seriously. Like,
I love
what are
my
you
kid,
doing?
and her name's on me, but it's on my wrist.
Do you know what I mean? On the big forehead.
It's her kids' names. Both her sons' names are on her forehead.
So foolish. Why would you do that?
It's idiotic.
You had your kids, no?
It is
No,
idiotic.
absolutely.
It's what
Like,
it
what is
is.
she trying to prove?
Right?
I don't even know, but Jocelyn didn't lie. Right?
Jocelyn told no
Jocelyn didn't
lies.
lie.
Told
her.
the truth.
No
That's when I
lies
fell off her.
told.
It was
Honestly.
that fight with Jocelyn
Yeah.
was when I was like, actually, I don't even really like Amber Rose,
Yeah.
to be fair.
There was
It
a moment-
reminded me. I didn't like
Yes,
it, but
yeah.
it reminded me.
I didn't care as
Yeah.
much, but then I also wasn't anti her. I was like, cool. With the slut walk, I thought, go for it, do your thing, have at it. It's a good initiative if you want to back it and make or shine a light on it. And then
I didn't ever think it was a good initiative, you know. I thought it was very performative and a bit stupid.
from her, but she didn't create it. What it was, I mean, you know, people do these things to kind of get attention. Whoever's doing the work, shine a light on the people doing the work that are trying to change the views on women and how they're valued and how they're viewed. I don't mind that. She was always the performative one, but if you want to get behind something, get behind that rather than being known for Kanye's whatever she was known for. Let's find a better cause to be behind.
Yeah.
That's a nice word for her.
I know that was yeah.
Super nice.
Muse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
well,
very
he said that
pleasant.
once, and at one point she was his muse, apparently. But
In the bin.
in the bin.
Yeah,
All right.
with the lid on.
Auntie More
Tight.
Farah. What's your who's yours?
So, my enemy of progress is the Nobel Peace Prize.
What?
Yes, it's not a person, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's an organisation. So the Nobel Peace Prize, I'm putting them in the bin because I want to know what the fuck is with your categories. Because a nominee for 2025 is no other than Daniela Weiss. She's born to Polish-American parents and is known as the godmother of illegal settlements in Israel. Oh, actually, no, in Palestine, in the West Bank.
Oh,
right? Yeah. So she's known for organising countless illegal settlements, calling for the displacement of all Gazans, urging Gazans to be starved, organising settler trips to watch the bombing of Gaza. She's vowed to build Jewish-only settlements in Gaza and expel them all. And she wants to put 500 families along the beach in Gaza. So she has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize by 2 Israeli professors. And listen to what she's been nominated for efforts in strengthening Jewish communities and promoting regional stability. Now, if you think this is a one-off person that's been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize who's a little bit controversial, no. Elon, whose name I can never say properly, that dude there, he has also been nominated. He has been nominated, I shall tell you for why, he has been nominated for his consistent commitment to the fundamental human right to freedom of expression and thus peace.
Basically for taking over X and destroying it.
Correct.
And letting all of the conservatives go on and chat shit and be racist all day, every day.
Correct.
They want to give him a prize. But the Nobel Peace Prize, I think it's fair that they are absolutely in the bin.
Yeah.
Because didn't they award the atomic bomb creator?
Yeah.
And then they awarded him again when he was like, this is really bad what I created.
Yep. Even
It's true.
even the person who founded the Nobel Peace Prize was a warmonger, basically, and he was providing weapons and doing all sorts of things.
There isn't an institution around that we should even respect for a second anyway.
Yeah,
They all need to go.
Yeah.
Nobel Peace Prize included.
Awarding people for peace it's an oxymoron, or it's ridiculous anyway. If someone is about peace, you should be even above getting an award. Do you know what I mean? Like there needs to be you don't need to be awarded.
Doesn't Barack Obama have a...
He does. And it's very controversial that he had that too. So let me just tell you.
Allow Barack, man.
You don't want them to come for us. They don't come for us already.
Allow him.
He's slightly, you know my thoughts, and I was
not too much on Obama, man.
I was yay him. But anyway, let's. I shall digress. I'm just going to talk about what areas of the Nobel Peace Prize are the categories. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it is peace negotiation, democracy and human rights, creation for a better, organised and more peaceful world.
Mm-hmm.
Those are just some of the 6 categories that you have to be to get nominated. Now they get a lot of people putting people forward, but then there are only a certain amount so it gets shortlisted. And out of the shortlist for this year, we have Donald Trump,
Of course.
we have he's another one, Elon Musk, and the godmother of Israeli illegal settlements, to name just a few.
This is why it needs to go. Because just those 3 people alone are causing terrorism and genocides and all sorts around the world. But this is a prize that they may get.
Yes,
The prize needs to go.
exactly.
You don't need a prize for wanting the world to be peaceful. You just don't need to be awarded. There's some things you just actually don't need an awards ceremony for at all.
Well, Putin could do the ceasefire and he could get a Nobel
exactly.
Prize soon as well. Like it's a farce.
Yeah,
It is
it's nonsense.
farcical. And it should be ended. It needs to
Wow.
go in the bin.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
interested.
literally shocked.
Yeah. So was I when I heard who the nominees were, and I was like, I'm bringing that to the table.
Nonsense. No.
Wow.
All right, so I'm disappointed in this brother. This brother here.
Ew.
Because I'm always bringing him here. Nobody wants to talk about him, but this time I'm bringing him here as an enemy of progress, and that is Dr. Umar Johnson.
No, you know what? I'm proud of you.
Yeah, well done. This shows
Because
growth.
you're bringing him.
Okay.
Shows growth.
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
Accountability.
exactly. So Dr. Umar Johnson has been outed by his daughter, Nisa, who put him out there as a deadbeat dad, an absolute failure of a father who hasn't spent many days with her in her 22 years on this earth, and he ignores her text messages. Where she just wanted to get to know her sister, and he seemed to just not respond.
Wait, which sister?
He has another daughter.
Wow.
And they don't have the same mum.
They do not have the same mother.
Wait a minute. This daughter, I've never heard him talk about his children ever in my
He
life.
says
I don't think he was married.
he's not married.
He's not married. I knew that much.
He says he doesn't talk.
So he's not married to a black woman and he's
He
given 2
says-
of them children?
I knew
He
that.
doesn't talk about his children because he is an activist. And because he is an activist, people may come for his kids because that's what they do. They come for your families. That's why none of us knew he had children out there who we never see and who he
hear of.
also doesn't see as well. By what she's saying, he's an absolutely absent father. And also she has claimed, allegedly, that he was physically abusive to her mother.
Jeez.
So Dr. Umar, who is out here waxing lyrical about black families
Not another
and
one.
black fathers and what they should be doing, you can't be a deadbeat dad. You cannot.
You literally cannot be a deadbeat dad.
So is he a grifter like everybody's been saying all these years? Have I been quoting Dr. Umar all the time and I was just quoting a aimless grifter?
Yes.
Yes, Nana.
Yes. And frankly, I was surprised that you was not aware.
I can't believe this.
I
So
mean,
disappointed in you, Dr. Umar.
Oh,
he's
dear.
always been a broken clock, and we know that he's adapted his narrative to suit the mood and the tide of emotions, and he knows where to tap into black sensibilities. Some things he said I agree with, and a lot of things he said I don't agree with. Where's the school? Continuously asking where's the school and what's happening with the school. This you can't be. And even as he preaches so intensely about black men upholding the family and black people being together, loving each other and be creating this united front to fight white supremacy, you can't be at your age still single and not figuring it out and finding yourself a woman to settle down with. That alone is a problem. And I don't think that everyone has to be in a relationship, but for how he preaches and talks to everybody else, it devalues everything he says. When we're like, yes, tell them about their snow bunny fetishes and all that type of stuff. Tell them, say it with your chest, but you're saying it with an empty chest because you don't even have your rib is not with somebody else. It's not. And then now on top of that, you've created children and you're not looking after them. And no matter what, because he said something like, you know, she has my number. He said something like, she has my number. She can call me and all
She's
that.
been calling you.
That stuff there, that cop-out comment that people make, that's not good enough. It's absolutely not good enough.
Oh, it's terrible. He said that she is a money grab. And I was just like,
From what money?
I've heard that before. Ain't that the defense of Diddy?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, no, Dr. Umar. Oh, no, Dr. Umar.
Dr. Umar
Exactly. Together. I did indeed.
She did indeed.
I did indeed. Yeah.
Dr. Umar being
you never know. That's the thing, allegedly, but you never know. And it is disgusting, and I'm just sick of this. And it is that whole kind of it's a pattern, isn't it? Because some of our great male leaders, when you kind of dig into their history, then they are like philanderers and sexual deviants and all these kind of things. When you dig down into it, and it's just like, well, like, how can I follow your message if this is your behavior? This is crazy. Like, do you know what I mean? Your daughter doesn't know her sister.
No.
And you've made that happen.
Yeah,
you have been the blocker. Like, so much so that her sister's mother reached out to her because of that happening. It's a blessing that is now, you know, they now have an opportunity to get to know each other. But the fact that you this man have been a blocker to their relationship, it's disgusting.
And what are you doing? What are you type of values are you teaching your children as
Right.
well? Like, what men are they going to be drawn to because of your lack of parenting skills? Like, it is totally insane.
No one asked you to be the social experiment.
Right.
No.
You want to
You know what I did
talk about these
was
things
funny,
and then
though?
you're doing them.
Sorry, if you listen to what she said, she does say, she repeats herself like he does.
Oh, wow.
It's
So
Does she do the three in a row?
genetics is there. The genetics is there. There's no denying.
You are the father.
I was waiting to see like if he was going to say, well, that's not my child. But there was no... It's like,
No, he couldn't
So he
deny
actually
it.
was like, yeah, that's my child.
Yeah.
And he was saying it with a chest and that being defensive.
But he's blaming the mum.
Yeah,
He
as
was
they
doing
do.
the classic.
What did he say?
I paid child support until she was 18. I paid child support.
But
I didn't really see her
was
because the
taken.
mum
Yeah, the
Yeah.
mum
stopped me
stopped.
away.
And
But
then
he
what-
was taken to get, like, he didn't just offer child support.
No, she hasn't
apparently.
taken support.
Yeah, exactly.
look at that.
So you was trying to run, bruv.
Umar.
You was trying to run.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. It's literally everything is deadbeat dad scenarios. Like, she has the absolute deadbeat dad scenario stories.
Imagine.
And then she's
Both of them.
grown up watching you on the internet for over a decade, chatting about families and families going to you for advice. Like, this is really...
It's
And,
like-
and you didn't even apologize. You didn't even put your hands up.
Right.
I would have. He wouldn't have come here. I wouldn't have brought him anyway. If he had put his hands
He'd have
up
been in the
and he
bin, though,
said,
bruv.
"In my younger years, I did wrong. You know what I did was I paid, but I really needed to, practice what I preached.
Yeah.
And I needed to be there." No, he guns her and her mum.
Yeah, and takes it and just reduces it
problem.
to the basicness of it all.
He took it too
I don't-
far.
1,000 lashes for you.
More than. Just stop. Even stop. Withdraw
He's
yourself
not in
from the
the bin, he's in the
conversation.
whole skip.
Withdraw yourself from the conversation. You can't be the revered Dr. Umar in any way, shape, or form. For those of us who thought you had something saying, you can't. You have not a leg to stand on.
It's so out of... You know what? It's so out of order. I was watching A Different World the other day. Because it's on Netflix.
Yeah. I've
And
binged it.
Unfortunately, Bill Cosby's there.
Yeah.
And he plays a gynecologist, which I totally
Yeah.
forgot about. And I was just like, what's wrong with these guys? What's wrong with them? Like, you got Bill Cosby doing that. You got Dr. Umar talking about the black family. You're not even a good dad. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Horrible.
It's a problem. Yet when we want to bring it up, is well, women do it too. Shout out these nonsense commenters.
That's it.
Yeah, he's in the
Yeah,
bin,
get
mate.
in the bin, Dr. Umar, don't come out because I think that's enough is enough.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see on the Breakfast Club making jokes about it either because
Oh, they will.
they will.
They've joked about so many crazy things
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they're
Because
trying
he
to get
called her a
ratings.
scam something. Like, he had a name for what his daughter was doing. It was like a scamming YouTuber, or you're a scrounging YouTuber.
A streamer, a scam
Was it
streamer,
struggle
streamer, or something like that.
He called
your own daughter.
But aren't you also maybe you're not struggling, but you're also couch hopping, spouting rhetoric.
He's struggling.
Maybe if you were in her life, she wouldn't be struggling.
Yeah.
You know?
How about
Just
that?
putting that out there. Dr. Umar.
You can't call your daughter a
You
struggle.
can't do that, because that's even embarrassing. It's like, what are you doing? Why is she struggling? Because she shouldn't be.
There's
She
no
should be.
reason why she
Possibly should be like a head teacher at your school. She should have a job at the school.
Apparently it's opening in September.
Whatever.
Which September, Nana? Which September?
You've been saying that the whole time. We've been doing this pod. You've been saying the same thing.
You know,
True,
when it's
you
gonna
know.
open when we were dancing in the
True.
streets when the apocalypse is happening.
Oh God.
When I got my high heels and my tight vest on.
forbid,
The school's going to open for aliens. For deadbeat aliens. That's what it's going to be for.
For the robots.
He
Yeah.
can't call himself the king of Pan-Africanism.
He can't. And he's actually
And
not.
who told him? Who gave him that title? That's
He
self-appointed.
did. No, he did.
It's
definitely
disgraceful.
self-appointed.
It's so disgraceful.
And it's not Pan-Africanism, it's
Afrocentric.
Afrocentrism.
Yeah.
From FD.
No, but that's what he says.
No, I'm just saying, but what
Yeah,
he's
the
actually
actual thing.
spouting
Yeah.
is Afrocentrism.
Okay.
All right.
Both of them are nonsense. Anyway, let me not start. Okay, my enemy of progress is DDG, the baby daddy of
More baby daddy.
Halle Bailey. I always confuse her name. Basically, he is claiming that Halle is blocking him from seeing his son because he went on this whole rant. He went on a whole rant while he was streaming or doing some sort of thing online and just saying that, you know, he's not able to see his son. He said he alleged that someone had pinned him up against the wall.
Yeah.
Every single day or every other day, I'm trying to see him. I'm trying to get him to come over or whatever. I never get him dropped off. I always go pick him up. I live far as shit. So I'm driving hours to go get him, and then I get there and I can't get him, or I can't see him. My son is sick right now. I want to see my son. I want to hold my son. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to comfort him. I want to put him in the shower, get some steam in his nose so he can feel better. I don't get the chance to do that. I get pinned against the wall, and then everything else is variables on why I can't see my son. You feel me? Like it don't have nothing to do with me working, by the way. I'm not gonna air out her business, but me and her has not been together for a long time. I've been dealing with this shit since he's been born, damn near. It's like I really feel like I'm a fucking nanny at this point. The nanny has been able to have my son more than me. Who her nigga is, who she fucking filming movies with, I don't give a fuck. I care about my son. That's all I care about. And when that's taken from me, she know that's the only way I get frustrated. That's the only way she can get under my skin, because I don't care what she does. We haven't been together. This might be a curveball to a lot of people, but me and her has not been together for a long time. This is the only thing that can bother me is with my son. Yeah, I don't even bring her name up when I get on live. I get on live, I call her the mother of my child. I call her this and that, nothing but be respectful. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not finna sit here and get bullied behind closed doors over my son. She got this fucking golden image that I've also protected. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna keep doing that because I'm a real nigga. But this shit is foul, bro. Like, if I want to come get my son, I should be able to get my son. Plain and simple. The shit that's said to me is so, if niggas heard it, it's on some leave us alone type shit. I'm like, bro, like, now I can see if no nigga in the world can tell me that I'm a deadbeat or a bad dad. No nigga in the world can ever say that to me. If my son can talk, he'll tell you my pops is the realest nigga ever. This nigga fuck with me. I wish I can be around him more. I don't get the chance to, bro. It's not cool. Like, it's like, all right, like I have never took my son out of the state before. Never been able to. I don't have permission. Like, it's like I have a fucking second mom. Like, I gotta ask my second mom, hey, can I take my son? Can I take our son somewhere? But if she want to get up and leave the country and leave the state, I get no say so whatsoever. I can't say one word because she tell me that she the primary parent. Like, it's like, bro, the shit not cool, bro.
Personally, I was just like, what the hell is all of this? What's going on? And I just thought it's like, he has to be an enemy because it's like, we see their son more on his platform all the time.
Yeah.
So how are you not being able to see your son? So I wanted to ask you guys, do you think he's an enemy because of all of this?
I think he's the enemy again, but carry on.
And what's the other thing? I think, do you think he's an enemy because of this? And have you ever experienced, those of you guys that have baby daddies, and feel free to answer in the comments too, like where your baby daddy has demanded to see your child on their terms?
I wish a nigga would. Not really, sorry. I didn't even mean to say it like that. I think he's an enemy because let's not forget he was also in the enemy bin a few months back when he took the son onto Kaisenat's streaming podcast or whatever the hell it is, platform, sorry. Didn't tell Halle that the baby was going to be on there and then was like, what's the problem? So he was in the bin for that then. He was trying. They were having a back and forth. So there was stuff that was going on.
She
anyway.
was explaining.
She was
to the
explaining
internet
to the internet what had happened. And let's not forget that she has also explained that she was postpartum. So like going through postpartum depression. So I just feel like if something is going on with you lot, like seriously, do you need to go online and talk about every single thing?
That's the part.
And is it that, when's the last time you saw your son? Is it that you weren't able to see your son on this occasion? Or is it that you weren't able to see your son for the last few weeks, months, whatever it might be? Because like Sade said, you don't stop showing your son on social media. Don't stop showing him all the time he's with you on social media. So for how long? And if it was just that one occasion, why did you feel the need to go and make this whole thing about it if it was one occasion? I'd really like to understand what the issue is here.
And how are we going to help in the comments? Because we're not. Because taking it to social media is not going to help. I don't think we have enough. I don't have enough information to know if he's actually a full enemy of progress. I like to believe that he is because it's his behaviour pattern seems so. But I just don't want to know this side of the story. I want you and Halle to speak to each other behind closed doors and figure out how to raise your son who has grown up in the public eye without his consent, if we're talking real talk, and having his parents trying to figure it out in front of everybody, in front of him. So he's got this backstory of dysfunction for him to kind of figure out as he grows up. Figure it out, guys. You're young parents, just figure it out. In regards to this thing, there's a lack of understanding from both sides. Yes, we're now trying to have a lot more men showing their interest in being present for their children, which is great. But that does not mean to say because now there's this new, we are present fathers, we want to be involved, that you can disrespect and dismiss what goes into the mother's well-being, maternal natural instincts, the way that she wants to parent, especially if you're not together. If the child is living with the mother, there are some things that you're going to have to compromise. You cannot come in Billy Big Boots and say, yes, my way or the highway. You have to figure out a way to compromise. And yes, that comes from the mother too. You can't just be like, well, I'm the mum and what I say goes, but there has to be some compromise. I know a lot of men who have this kind of, the way they play into that whole what man says goes, they apply that to raising kids as well, especially when they're not the primary carer. You guys aren't considerate to what the mother goes through and what the mother knows and what the mother needs to do for their child. But you do need to figure out how to compromise.
I think his whole thing of throwing out there that she keeps on calling me the secondary parent, and he hated that as well. And it's like, bro, if you really was like, I want to be in this child's life every day, you needed to work it out in your relationship. Yeah. Because as it is now, you're not together. So you're not going to be able to see your child whenever you want to. That is your life. The quicker you come to terms with that, the better it will be. Saying, like, waxing, like, oh, but I want to be able to see my son when I want to be able to see him. Bro, part. That's gone. Yeah. Like, that, you don't have a relationship with her like that. So you have to have times when you go and see your child. Now, just turning up to her house and being like, I want to see my son today, he's sick, let me just see him downstairs. No, you're not together. You can't make demands on somebody like that. And then to bring it to the internet and be talking about, I don't know what to do now, bro. I don't know what's going on. All I want to do is be in my son's life. Do it through the courts. And see how that works out for you. And they will give you times when you can see your son. And you need to stick to it. You can't just rock up to her house. You're not together.
Do it through the courts. You might be able to get 50-50. Do it through the courts. But
I don't like that one-sided narrative as well. Like, oh, what am I going to do? Man, I can't see my kids. Have you told the whole entire story?
He hasn't, because we don't even know how they broke up.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like it because
I don't like
it feeds into this thing of women are always trying to keep children away from men, and that's why you get people like Dr. Umar 20 years later talking fucking nonsense. Like, it was the mum's fault. I don't give a shit if the mum is doing that. That's when you take it to court. If you want to see your child, if you want to be involved in your child's life and the mother is resistant, because of course there are mothers like that, then take it to court. So then they can't turn around and say to you, no. Do that. Don't just go on the fucking internet and chat shit. I want to know what people are saying in the comments as well, because I remember when Halle was saying what happened, people were coming for her. It's like, are you coming for him? Are you coming for him in the same with the same vein?
I think he set the internet up to go after her, though, because now he's presenting like she is one of those mothers, because you know there's a whole load of men that will be like, oh my God, even Halle's like that.
No, what I meant was...
And he ain't telling everything.
Exactly. But what I meant was people were coming for her for airing their business online. Are people coming for him for airing their business online?
They are now. They are now. There definitely is a tide that's changed against him, because they're just like, why do we need to know this? Do it to her. And also as well, you can't just rock up. Like, that's not a thing.
The thing about saying, people don't know, I could be telling her, I could be telling them what she does, she's not this golden girl, blah, blah, blah.
Hater.
But the very act of him saying that is being a hater. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're trying to damage her reputation. You have to be, this is like, if this isn't not a warning, like, seriously, of like who you lay down with and have kids with. Like, because this is, he's in your life now forever. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, like, this is the same guy that was taking advice from Blueface. Do you know what I mean? Parenting advice from Blueface. That tells me everything I need to know about you. Like, seriously.
That's his bestie. But she was warned as well. She was told about him.
She was.
She decided not to listen. And now he is her downfall. The way how he's saying about her reputation, it's like, actually her reputation kind of got besmirched when she got with you, bro. Like, that was the beginning of, why would
she's a little bit different?
And now you're proving the internet right.
I don't think she's going to lose in that sense. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like she's still gonna have a good career and all that kind of thing. I don't think she's so do you know what I mean? I think it'll be like a Keke Palmer situation where it's just like, you just go forth, everyone knows that your baby daddy is a bit of a
asshole.
They seem like they've worked it out as well, though. It seems like
he's gone to the army.
He's taking pictures online doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't. But it seems a bit more peaceful. They figured something out.
He ain't out here writing
or doing essays.
I mean, this guy was saying he's going to be streaming every day, and he's going to keep on talking about it as well. And it's just like, DDG, please.
Oh yeah, because he was saying that. Oh yeah, I had respect for her and everything like that, but now I don't. So he's just going to let his mind.
You cannot say that.
He can say what he wants.
No, but I'm just. Of course he can. But it's not
the
right
reaction.
To say that shit. About the mother. She's still the mother of your child.
How old are they?
To talk about, they're young still,
early 20s.
Early 20s.
This is like 23, 24.
Your age. Yeah. I mean, they are, and I don't want to be patronising, because there are some people who are in their 20s and their parents are not stupid and don't do this, but they are young. They will, hopefully you guys will figure it out quicker sooner than later.
Anyway,
it's a baby. And the thing is, it's like, also take the baby off the internet, to be fair. Let's take the baby off the internet. Let's leave that alone, because it's becoming performative. Just take the baby out of the equation, because it unfortunately it looks a bit more like, I'm going to get all this attention, I'm going to get all these likes when my baby's on the camera. Remove it. So that his intention, like, I want to see my son every day. What are your motivations? Because you're going to get likes, obviously. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
have no doubt that he loves his son,
for sure.
Because when you see him with his son, he's a very active parent. I'm not even going to sit here and say that he isn't. It's just all this fighting. It's not right. Like, if you want to see your son, do it the proper way. Like Nana said, you don't live there no more. You can't just rock up at someone's yard.
And it's not how it goes. Like, so he was saying, I haven't been able to have my son for longer than 72 hours. You have a 13-month-old child. the baby needs to be with his mum. Like literally 72 hours out of her sight. When she did allow you to have the child, you were putting him live on stream.
That's half the week.
That's
That's half the week.
And also,
72 hours is half the week.
At 14 months.
Like, come on.
It's fine.
And
It's
also-
like, you're lucky that you're actually even getting that amount of time, because there are others that will be like, no, not until the child is like 3 or 4 can you have the baby overnight. So literally, dude, she isn't that bad.
And if you're talking about he was sick, there's something, the baby's sick. You do not need to be taking the baby out. You don't even need to be around the
No,
baby.
he wants to put the
sick.
baby in the shower.
Oh,
He
come
wanted to
on.
stay in her house.
And that's another thing. That's a violation of her space. You're saying you don't care about her situation, what she's going. That's control. It is, as you say, it's controlling. And I want to be. How? That's no longer your space.
No,
Because
you can't
what you
do
could
that.
do, okay, you're concerned, right? If you can't stay there because it's the boundaries and all of that stuff, what you could do is say to her, can you do this for him, please? Have you tried that? What have you done? You can have those conversations, because that's about co-parenting, isn't it? You can have those conversations.
Yeah, you can talk. You could
But
talk.
to
You
expect
could
to
talk
come there
through it.
and just be doing your own thing
And to assume
boundaries.
that she has done nothing to
Right?
look after her
Yeah.
child who is sick. To assume she has done nothing,
Right.
her parents, all the people around her,
Exactly.
that the only way that her child can be healed is if he came over
Exactly.
and put him in the
That
shower.
part.
he better be careful
yeah.
anyway, because Chloe looks like she could box him up.
And the other sister. Serious.
Don't mess
He's
with
very
Ali.
stupid.
Yeah.
And also, it's a baby. Your child is going to be sick numerous times.
Yeah.
You're probably going
teething.
to have the child over and he's going to be sick, and you can do all of that as well.
Yeah.
You don't need to now be in her house.
No.
Like, it just feels like you wanted to be looking around her
Yeah,
place.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's that
That's
part.
there.
Yeah, yeah. You ain't got the magic.
Better boy bringing
his.
his friends.
It doesn't matter.
And it was all of the, I don't care who she's sleeping with. Bro.
All of that.
You don't even put that in.
Why are you saying it? 'Cause
Sounds
she
like
ain't
you
saying
care.
it.
Yeah,
bro.
you don't- and she's
Why
not
you gotta
saying
say that?
anything. Why have you got to say
That
that?
sounds
I hate
like
those
you care.
those bits are also bait. And
Yeah.
you're
So
literally
bait.
5 years old being like silly on. Just take it off the
Protesting too
internet.
much.
Where are the parents as well? What's happening there? Like the grandparents? Like, I wonder what
Probably
they're
keeping themselves
Yeah,
out.
no, just asking. Just asking.
They're not young and they're like
They're
living
not
at home.
super front
asking.
facing. They're not.
No.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
only
They're behind the
Blueface's
scenes.
mum
Yeah.
that
Gets
loves
involved.
getting involved in
Yeah.
that shit.
She's crazy.
Grandparents stay out of it as well.
I do want.
Yeah.
I wonder if they are like, look, guys, let's have a family meet. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what.
No,
They
he
just
said
take
he's
it off the
taking it to
internet.
court. He said he's taking it to
Okay,
court.
yeah.
And he doesn't strike me like somebody that is going to listen to anybody. Blueface is his bestie.
Okay, fair.
Take it to court.
And Blueface is
Fair
where
enough,
right
do
now?
it.
In
Is it
prison.
in prison,
Oh,
in prison,
okay.
If
prison.
you want to take it to court, that's probably the best way.
Yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah. So
In the bin.
in the bin.
Yeah.
Right in the bin.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of silly enemies, guys. Terrible enemies out there this week.
Men are down bad again.
I mean, it's just
Sorry, Obi.
Obi. Sorry, Obi. Well, do you know what? It's not our fault. It's not actually our fault.
Can you tell your friends, please?
Yeah, tell your gender.
Tell your brethren.
Have a PF
Public service announcement,
yeah,
you know.
say like
When you lot are
gather
talking
them
your
together.
shit about how to rule us and rule the world and ruin the world, just mention this.
yeah.
Somebody needs to do a really good like fatherhood course, like a really comprehensive fatherhood course that gets rolled out to all the men so they know how to be really good fathers.
They'll
Yeah.
destroy it. They will destroy it.
And they'll blame us for
They'll
it.
blame mothers.
They really
They
will.
blame it's the women.
You know what I mean?
It's their fault.
Sorry, not you, Obi, obviously, but when some men gather, when there's like 7 men together,
Yeah, what's
the
that called?
conversation
It goes
I
down.
don't even know why
It
you're
shouldn't
giving them
happen.
7. Why are you giving them 7?
It's even too much, isn't it?
Too much.
4. When there's 4 men together.
A podcast.
Big up all our podcast brothers out there. Talking sense out there.
We love you, really.
We love you really.
Mention, in my opinion,
Oh, but
yeah.
my PSA for look, see, we do love the boys.
We do.
Just this is for you, Sister Michelle Obama. We have some brothers and friends in the podding space. They're called In My Opinion Podcast. We believe allegedly that you saw their podcast and thought, oh, that's a good name, and I'm Michelle Obama, and I can.
Yes.
Is that what's the name of it? Absolutely. Did you not? Miss Michelle. No, Miss Michelle. I absolutely
Miss
do
Obama,
not
Mrs.
believe
Obama.
that you saw it and then took the name. I do not believe that.
They wanted me to say that.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Well,
Barrack told her
find
to do
a way
it.
to
No,
collaborate.
absolutely didn't. You guys need to leave my people alone.
Is it because I said soul food?
Serious.
No, but Michelle, it's not on. It's not on.
She
I
doesn't
know you got-
even know. I bet
They've
she
got
doesn't
big
know.
numbers on TikTok. I do not believe that you didn't see their pod, but you just thought, it's just a small little pod of France. Like, she didn't care.
I miss
That's
Michelle
all, she
Obama.
doesn't speak like that.
She thought.
I
But
don't
no,
know.
it is interesting though, because on platforms like Spotify and all that stuff, like, what's the deal there? How's that going to work?
Who knows? I mean, they've got to figure it
Many
out.
podcasts have the same name.
Yeah, there are
They
some.
do.
She's called it IMO.
Yeah.
So, but I think she saw it. And I think she was like, I don't care. And I think that is what.
But do you know what? Can I say this though? I am excited.
They're gonna come for
No,
you guys.
listen to what I'm saying.
When they
Let
come
me
for you
speak.
guys, yeah, I'm gonna be
Let
laughing
me
like-
speak. You're
literally gonna be that emoji.
You're ahead
No,
too.
I don't agree with them.
What I'm saying,
I don't agree. I do not agree.
I'm not saying anything negative. I was going to say
Go on.
I'm excited for the fact that the boys may get a lot more million
Attention.
of followers
Yes.
because it's the same. People search for her podcast, find their podcast, and be like, "These boys are amazing." I'm excited for that.
That's a very nice, positive way of
Yeah.
looking on it. But still, we didn't put her in the bin. I'm not saying she's going in the bin.
an
I'm just
enemy.
saying what you did was out of order, and I think you should change your name.
You don't know she's done that.
And
You
it might
don't
be-
know.
With her brother Craig Robinson, so Craig, it might have been your idea.
He might have
Whoever's
heard
idea
it.
it was, Craig,
Let me just-
or Michelle, I think you should change the name of the podcast.
I'm just checking if Obama still follows me. 1 second.
Yeah, I'm following
me
He
you.
ain't gonna follow you after this.
Can you
goes out.
imagine? Oh my God. I'll be so.
I mean, he was in the bin, so you know.
No, you guys put him there. I didn't put him there.
Yeah.
No, that's when the populace comes and they look through the list. Yeah,
You think you're gonna make it to the cave?
I'm gonna make it to the cave. Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even want to be in the cave.
I don't
I don't want to be in the cave.
No.
No, man.
What episode are you
Who's
on?
in the cave?
What
Have you finished
episode?
it?
Cheesy fries.
Have you finished? They ain't got cheesy fries. They're not cheese for a start.
Yeah,
They
it's
got
cheese.
simulation
It's cheese.
Have you finished it yet?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You still want to be in the cave?
You still want to be in the cave?
Yeah, what's in the cave?
Selected.
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
You'd rather be outside with it. What are you doing?
she warned people.
Stop it. How do I search my followers?
All right.
I don't know how to do it.
All right, guys.
Close.
Keep safe and enemy free. Lots of love and hugs from your favorite aunties.